Good evening, everybody. This is Oceanus, and I am coming in to this video with egg on my face. As you can see, the Florida primary was today, and Byron Donalds, the candidate that all the betting markets and every poll had winning, seems to be winning the primary tonight and is projected to be the winner as of right now, 811. Yes, I know it's 83.3% of the vote expected, remaining 298,000. But even if Fishback were to win all of those, he would be nowhere. He'd be in second place. So, as you all know, I had expected James Fishback to win. And the reason I had thought that he would and why I was so bullish on his chances was because throughout the past few months, I had seen so much support for Fishback. And I drive around Florida a lot. Like, I drive around the Tampa, Ocala, Orlando, Gainesville area, and I had not seen much support for Donald's, but I had seen a lot of support for Fishback. And I think the first um, time that I'd actually paid attention to him was in April when I was at USF and Fishback was also there. I was there for a separate event, mind you, but I didn't realize it was for him. I see this long line of people, and I'm like, who is this for? It's like a mile long out the door of the student mall at USF's in Tampa, and I look around, and it's all people wearing James Fishback merch, all mostly young people, and I'm like, wow, a Republican getting this amount of turnout at a rally at a college in one of the bluest parts of Florida? Really? And then I was like, well, that must mean that something must be off because by all accounts, Byron Donalds would be set to win. But I don't see Byron Donalds really doing that well with the youth and in blue counties in general. So that's when I started paying attention to the Fishback campaign. And let me just refresh and see if there's any updates. But apparently, I guess I was wrong. Okay, sucks. We all get it wrong sometimes. And but I will say though, James Fishback coming in third, and he's still going to rise. By the way, that we're still 83% in, and if he gets more than that, that's it's not as much as I was hoping for, but I do believe that this is a very significant amount for someone like Fishback, who ran an insurgent campaign and was expected only to come into the single digits. And mind you, now he's just barely getting over 10%, but still a good showing. If Collins wasn't in the race, I'd probably say James Fishback enters second place. But again, like my biggest surprise through this race, I mean, Byron Donalds, and here's why I didn't really expect Byron to win, especially by as much as he's winning right now, is because he didn't really campaign much. He was stuck in he's a congressman. He's stuck in Congress most days out of the year, and he didn't. And the biggest thing that really soured me on him was that he didn't debate. And at that point, I was kind of on the fence. I'm like, well, maybe James Fishback, he doesn't, maybe he doesn't have what it takes to win. But then when Byron Donalds refused to debate, I'm like, well, that's pretty arrogant of you. Why wouldn't you want to debate Fishback and Collins? Collins came and debated Fishback. He has my respect for that. But Donalds didn't debate at all, and that's what really soured me on Donalds. I mean, aside from like everything else, like the whole APAC thing, the whole Israel thing, it just that's what really, like, if you can't defend your positions on the debate stage, I don't understand why I should vote for you. Like in the general, like I hate this whole thing in primaries where you're just expected to coordinate a candidate. And people may be like, well, Donald Trump didn't debate in the primary in 2024, but why are you upset that Donald's isn't debating? Well, because Donald Trump had already been president once, and we knew his positions and his positions then and his positions currently. If Donald's were governor already, if you were the incoming governor, I'd be like, okay, fine, don't debate. but that's not the case. You had there was no incumbency here, and I believe that voters deserved a chance. And shame on the national on the Florida Republican Party for again coronating Byron Donalds here and being like, oh yeah, we're not going to hold any debates. James Fishback is an anti-Semite. We don't like anti-Semites in the party. Blah 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 because he dislikes Israeli influence on American politics. Yeah, screw you. Like we could have like we have, I would argue, the best GOP in the nation right now. Why? What was wrong with having an open debate? Like, I don't understand. But yeah, like, screw you for doing that. That was ridiculous. Like, and again, even with all this obstruction, even with all this Florida GOP attempts to silence everybody else, the fact that James Fishback is still coming in third, yeah, um, that worked real well. I mean, it did work, obviously, because Byron's winning, but I would be very wary of that 153K number because it's only going to grow as the older generations die off and the younger generations start voting more. Let me go to X though. Like I want to see what's going on there. The reason a lot of people want Fishback to lose is because it gives them cover. Shortly after Vivek's Christmas crash out 2 years ago, I told Fishback that Zoomers cared about race, Israel, anti-oligarchy. Fishback, sitting across from me, furiously scribbled notes in his corner office, rented a bug Joe's Seafood DC, furiously interrogating what a groiper is, and why I didn't like Laura Luba. Will I get positive credit for that? Probably not, but I saw the clearing. He did. Now we're here. He's just beginning. He likely would have run a house race. I agree with that. I agree with that. Although I don't understand why this guy is like so adamant because I did see him shilling for Donald's. Oh yeah, Dan Bilzerian, he also freaking lost to Randy Fine. I don't like Randy Fine. I don't care how good he is on the border or how good he is on some other issues. The fact that he's such a shill for foreign interests, I'm sorry, I cannot get on board with Zionism. I'm not like a we must destroy Israel type of guy. But I am not going to sit here and be like, we should have Zionist influence in American politics. Randy Fine going around and saying like, "Oh, you don't like me, you don't like Israel, you're a Nazi," is freaking stupid. But he won, so I guess he has the right to freaking say it. Yeah, yeah. Like again, I don't remember, and again, I know that anecdotes aren't everything, but I was really hard pressed to find a Byron supporter in the past few months. But apparently they existed, and apparently all you needed to do was get the Trump endorsement. Unless you're Catalina Loff, which yeah, um she wanted amnesty. I'm glad she lost tonight. And this is what I don't like. Like you're basically saying that like I was the reason I backed Fishback was a combination of my own personal beliefs and what I was seeing as a Floridian who transits a good portion of the state often. And to say that um to just insult the voters like this is ridiculous. Like to get such vitriol thrown at me and other Fishback supporters as terminally online groypers, part of the retard right, or however they call it now. Like why should we vote for you for your candidate in November? This isn't a crash out for me. I'm just saying that like the amount of vitriol I saw from Donald supporters to James Fishback voters was just really odd. Like you can have a difference of opinion and policy, and everything else, but it's like, what are you talking about? Why are you insulting me? Like, we're all on the right, aren't we? And again, I thought that, maybe we'd have something similar to what happened last week with Francesca Hong, how the betting markets had her at 99% and she lost handedly, but I guess not. I guess Byron Donalds really is that popular in Florida. I did not know that. I wish he had campaigned more. I wish he had debated so I could have heard what made him so popular. But okay, I hope he wins. I hope he beats David Jolly, freaking whoever Jolly in November. Like, hopefully he can reconcile with enough of Fishback's voters that he wins. Yeah, and I'll also say that even with the whole Fishback thing, the Florida Democratic Party is like toast. Like, they're not a viable political organization. But yeah, guys, I have egg on my face. I thought that Fishback was either going to win or at least get second place. I didn't think he was going to get third place. However, I do think that the 100 grand, the 100K that he is winning currently, I think that is a very 100 over 150,000 votes. Um, and counting at 85% is a very good showing for a long shot candidate. But yeah, we'll see what happens in November. Um, I'll continue covering Florida politics, Florida races, national races. But anyway, guys, you have a good night. If you like my content, please like and subscribe, and see y'all later.